We built a team where every player is from a different country, and we're going to see if they're able to win a Stanley Cup. We're giving the team 3 attempts just to see if it's possible, and we're going to be replaying the 2025-2026 season. We've replaced the Utah Mammoth since they're the newest team. Figured they wouldn't be missed as much as all of the other ones. And I'm not saying this is the best possible team you can make in this scenario. This is just the team I chose to make. For example, we don't have Nylander from Sweden. Got to make sure we had 6 defensemen, you know? Representing Germany is Leon Draisaitl on the left wing. We got Connor McDavid at center, representing Canada, while Zuccarello is representing Norway. Slovenia gets Anze Kopitar, the only option available to my knowledge, while Denmark gets Nikolai Ehlers, and Russia gets Alex Ovechkin. Slavkovsky for Slovakia, Marco Rossi for Austria, and Sharon Govich, if I said that correctly, I'm not sure, from Belarus. Ruslan Fedotenko represents Ukraine, while Nick Andropov represents Kazakhstan, and Nathan Walker represents Australia. On the defensive side, we had Victor Hedman representing Sweden, Heiskanen representing Finland, Ronik representing Czechia, while Roman Josi represents Switzerland, Balinskis representing Latvia, very sorry if I said that wrong, and Kasparaitis representing Lithuania. And in net, we got Connor Hellebuck representing USA, while Muzzati represents Italy as the backup goalie. I have high hopes for this team. We're giving them 3 seasons, like I said. Even if they win the cup on their first year, we're going to see how many they can win in the 3 years. And we will be replaying the same season over and over again just because it makes it easier on my end. We would finish with the most points in the entire league, racking up 57 wins, 22 losses, and 3 overtime/shootout losses, for a grand total of 117 points. McDavid leading our team in points with 109, Draisaitl finishing second with 102, and third place was Zuccarello with 71. Obviously, playing on that line helps out a lot, clearly. While McDavid would have the most goals with 52, Draisaitl having 44 in second, and Ovechkin with 30 in third. Connor McDavid did lead the entire league in points, but it wasn't our McDavid, it was McDavid on Edmonton. While Ovechkin would lead the entire league in goals, but it was the Washington Ovechkin with 65. So one problem with stuff like this, I don't bother removing the players from their original teams. Maybe I should to make it a little bit more realistic, but it's also kind of funny having duplicates of all the people in our team and just watching them do better. Hellebuck had 47 wins and 70 games played, while Muzzati had 10 wins and 16 games played, 911 save percentage, while Hellebuck had a 915 save percentage. And Hellebuck would have the most wins in the entire league. Lyon had the best save percentage, but he only played 17 games. If you look at the main goalie for the team, it would be Shesterkin with a 9.21. Ottinger with a 2.48 goals against average was the highest number for starters. Seems like Shesterkin should probably win the Vezina, if I had to guess. We want the cup, and our journey begins against the Minnesota Wild. We're just going to hit the button and hope it goes our way. We win the first game, win the second, lose the third, but win the fourth, so we're 1 win away from moving on to the second round. It is not going to happen, though. An overtime loss forces Game 6. A Game 7 in Round 1 would be kind of wild, and it's exactly what we're going to get. Okay, we're going to break this one down period by period. Period number 1 goes to Minnesota with a 3-2 lead. Zuccarello getting 2 goals for them while being on our team. That's tough. Second period, we take the lead with 2 goals, Ovechkin and Ehlers. And now it's all about the third and final period. It's a very close game shot-wise. We're putting on the pressure right now. They're going to tie it, Hartman, and then get another right after. What is this? That's not good. Half the period remaining for us to tie it. We're putting the pressure on big time, but they get a power play. They're not going to capitalize. Time is winding down, and we are unable to tie the game, which means we are eliminated in the first round by the Minnesota Wild. That is not how I expected that to go. Though the President's Trophy curse, definitely a thing. This is an absolutely cursed simulation. The Buffalo Sabres somehow are your Stanley Cup champions, beating Vegas in 6 games. Not my prediction, personally. I don't know about you, but Victor Hedman actually had the most points for us in round 1, or I guess our whole playoff run with 10, while Ovi had 4 goals. Hedman and Ronik having 3. McDavid was a ghost, apparently. What do you do? 0 goals, 2 apples, and that's it. That's rough. Hellebuck, of course, playing every game, an 8.82 save percentage and a 3.56 goals against average. Tage Thompson, 26 points to lead the entire playoffs, while his 10 goals would lead there as well, carrying his team to a Stanley Cup winning performance. The Art Ross and the Hart Memorial Trophy would go to McDavid, but on Edmonton. Evan Bouchard winning the James Norris, so Edmonton really just getting every award. Lady Bing, McDavid. Demidov gets the Calder. Conn Smythe to Thompson. Vezina to Ottinger. I figured it'd be Shesterkin, but they're going to give it to Ottinger, as well as the William M. Jennings Trophy. In our second attempt, we would win the President's Trophy once again by way less of a margin. We'd win it by 2 points over the Islanders. We'd have 52 wins, 26 losses, and 4 overtime/shootout losses for 108 points. We'd see McDavid have 118 points to lead the way once again. He'd have the most goals with 47, while Ovechkin would have 45, Draisaitl would have 36. And the only other 20-plus scorer was Sharon Kovic. Hellebuck a 912 save percentage with 45 wins in 72 games played, while Mazzotti only had 7 wins in 14 games played. Our McDavid would lead the entire league in points this time around with 118, while our Draisaitl would be in second with 105. The goal-scoring king would be Alex Ovechkin once again with 57. Of course, not the one on our team, the one on Washington. Hellebuck would have the most wins with his 45, while it would be Sorokin with the best save percentage at 924, and the best goals against average would go to Askarov with a 2.52. But really, you could say once again Sorokin, as he played 8 more games and only had a 2.53. I'd give that title to Wolf, though, a 2.53, playing 69 games compared to Askarov's 55. Now we have to see if we can beat the Edmonton Oilers to hopefully do better than our first attempt, where we didn't even win a round, and it's going to go the exact same way by the looks. We started 0-2. We tie the series up, so maybe there is a chance after all. Game 5 is going to go our way, and so is Game 6, so we move on to round number 2 this time around. We get the St. Louis Blues in round number 2. We're going to win Game 1, win Game 2, win Game 3. We're on a roll now. Don't stop. We sweep them. Absolutely. I say no problem. The first 2 games were no problem. The last 2 were 1-goal games, one going to overtime. Now all you have to do is beat Calgary, and we're on to the Stanley Cup Finals, where we either face Detroit or the Rangers. We're down 2-1 right now. They take the first 2 games 1-0, and overtime is kind of crazy. We will tie the series up with a 6-2 win. Game number 5 also going to go our way, so we're 1 win away from making it to our goal, but they're going to make us earn it, as we must play a Game 7. We immediately started with a power play, which is kind of wild. Like, the second the puck dropped, they took a penalty. Either way, we're going to sim the first period. It's going to be tied 1-1. Klapka and Ovi with the goals. Second period goes our way as we take a 2-1 lead with a Rossi goal. Very much out shooting them. Yossi's going to make it a 3-1 game. It's looking like it's going to go our way. They do get a power play. And as time winds down, we're going to get, I'm assuming, an empty net goal. Yeah, there was no goalie attached to it. We're going to win 4-1 and move on to the Stanley Cup Finals. We got the Detroit Red Wings awaiting us as we sim the first 3 games. We should be able to beat them. Oh yeah, we are gonna do this no problem. The team is able to get the job done as we beat Detroit in 5 games to capture the Stanley Cup, which means the last season is just gonna be for funsies to see if we can back-to-back. Connor McDavid showed up this time, 32 points to lead the team, while it'll be Draisaitl leading the team in goals with 12, McDavid and Ovi both having 11, and Hellebuck would win all the games for us. We did try Mazzotti a couple of them. I'm sure Hellebuck got pulled. He had 4 shutouts, a 927 save percentage, and a 2.23 goals against average. And I mean, unsurprisingly, McDavid had the most points in the entire league when it came to the playoffs, while Draisaitl led the league in goals with his 12. Art Ross and the Hart Memorial Trophy would once again go to McDavid, but this time, the one on our team. The James Norris would go to Bouchard on Edmonton again. Lady Bing to our McDavid. Demidov with the Calder. Conn Smythe to McDavid. Wolf gets the Vezina. He did play a lot of games and have a really good goals against average. And he'd capture the William M. Jennings. I don't know if me doing the same season every time makes it a worse experience. I don't feel like it should change too much. Obviously, the younger players' overalls would go up, so if you really want me to do it that way, let me know and I will make that change. Our third and final attempt sees us not winning the President's Trophy. We finished in third with 103 points, winning 47 games with 26 losses and 9 overtime/shootout losses. Winnipeg Jets grabbing the President's Trophy with their 53 wins and 110 points. We even have a new man on top of the point sheet. It's going to be Draisaitl with 108, the only member to get over 198 for McDavid, 85 for Ovi, 60 for Zuccarello. Draisaitl will also end up scoring the most goals with 46, while Ovi had 42 and McDavid had 36. Goaltending, Hellebuck would have an 897 save percentage with a 3.23 goals against average, winning 42 of his 75 games played. Mazzotti, 10 games played, 5 wins, 5 losses. Kyle Connor would lead the entire league in points, getting 1 more than Draisaitl, and he would also finish on top of the league in goals with 59. While it'd be Winnipeg's Connor Hellebuck getting 48 wins to lead the league. Vasilevsky had the best save percentage with a 928, as well as the best goals against average with a 2.30. I'd say he'd win the Vezina, but that record is abysmal, but clearly not his fault. I know it's a little confusing. We're playing St. Louis. We didn't play a single game of the series yet. We just finished our season off against them, where we did win 4-3. And we did beat them last season. in the playoffs. So let's repeat that result. We're going to go off with a 2-1 lead to start the series, move into another win. If we lose 3 in a row, then I mean, we just don't deserve it. We do win in game 5 to move on. This is the big one, the Winnipeg Jets in round number 2. They were the best team in the regular season. We're up 2-1, a huge game 1 overtime win. Seems like it's going to be enough momentum to propel us to victory, but they are 1 game away now from tying the series. They're not going to get it done. We're going to win 7-4 in game 6 and move on to the conference finals. And we have to face McDavid and Draisaitl, but luckily for us, we also have McDavid and Draisaitl. And ours clearly doing a lot better. The 2-peat back-to-back Stanley Cup championships are looking real nice right now. We even have a rematch against the Detroit Red Wings. It's looking like we're going to win in 5 once again as well. We are. That's a great way to end the first season. Minnesota shockingly defeating us, but we will go back-to-back to finish things off. Here's the bracket. It would seem like Detroit struggled against Florida, but didn't lose a single game other than to them before playing us. Draisaitl 33 points in the playoffs to lead our team, while Ovi had 16 goals to lead our team. Hellebuck 16 wins, obviously, with a 917 save percentage and a 2.58 goals against average. Draisaitl's 33 points were enough to lead the entire league, while Ovi led the league in goals with his 16. The Art Ross Trophy and the Hart Memorial Trophy would once again go to the same person. This time it was Kyle Connor. Josh Morrissey steals Bouchard's James Norris Trophy. Demidov three-peats the Calder. Draisaitl wins the Conn Smythe, while Vasilevsky will end up grabbing the Vezina and the William M. Jennings Trophy, even though his record was abysmal. I mean, that is fair. He played amazing, clearly. It's not his fault. That is going to be it for me today. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. If you want to, I feel like it'd be fun to vote for an MVP. I used to do this a couple years ago now, and we'd make a team of all the MVPs of our theme teams at the end. I think it would be between McDavid, Draisaitl, and Ovi, so let me know who you'd pick, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.